So guys, Bungie just finished their reveal stream for Marathon, their brand new PvP extraction shooter. And today I'm going to be giving you guys my first impressions on the game just from looking at it. I haven't been at Bungie, so I can't give first impressions on playing the game. So I'm just going to be using my eyeballs and telling you what I'm seeing and how I'm feeling about it. But also we have things like release date information, closed alpha information, and just also some other things that I've spotted within the different gameplay trailers, which we'll be discussing. So let's jump straight into it. First off with the official release date for Marathon, which is the 23rd of September 2025. Now, if you want to sign up for the closed alpha, which takes place on the 23rd of April, you're going to want to head over to Marathon's official Discord, and you can sign up very, very easily through there. I believe the alpha lasts from the 23rd of April to the 4th of May, so just before the Right of the Nine event goes live in Destiny 2, which lines up very, very nicely. So sign up there and I hope that you get in. Also, streamers right now, I believe, are giving away some codes. There might be priority codes, though, I heard, so it's not a guaranteed entry, but either way, best way of signing up there through the Discord or finding a code through some particular streamers. Now though, let's go over gameplay elements and stuff that I saw through the reveal stream. Obviously, first look at gameplay, looks very, very clean. My first reaction to seeing the gameplay itself, I will say that in-game, the character designs and the world design do look very simplistic compared to the artwork that we were seeing shown throughout the last couple of days on social media. That's probably due to, I don't know what reasons they would have. Maybe it's an unfinished alpha build, so that's probably why some of it looks simplistic and it's not finished yet. But also, it's a PvP game, so I can understand them wanting to go for a more simplistic kind of art style in terms of how the game actually looks. If you look at some of the weapons, they're all very simplistic. If you look at some of the buildings in the world, it's all very basic shapes, so you'll be very easily able to distinguish what's an actual player character and what's an actual building. I feel like if this was a PvP game that, for example, was much like Destiny, where there's a whole load of visual clutter, for this kind of tactical experience, that probably wouldn't have been the best ideas. But to go for more of this simplistic look is definitely a decision that I kind of agree with. That's just me speculating though on why they went with this design choice. Leave your thoughts on it in the comments down below. Overall, looks very, very cool. And the gunplay itself looks very, very clean. Very much Destiny pilled. The weapons, from just the sound design to how they play in the gameplay you're seeing, does look very, very satisfying. So if it has that addicting Destiny 2 gunplay, it's going to be very good there for Marathon. Now, let's go over some of the characters that you're seeing here on screen. So there are 6 characters in total planned for launch, but there are 4 currently within the alpha build. You have Locust, Void, Blackbird, and Glitch. Blackbird was the weird looking one with the massive VR goggles. Locust was the tanky looking one. Glitch was the girl with like the bob of hair. And then you had Void, who is the guy with the hood. Now, all of these characters seem to have their own unique abilities, but also some shared ones as well. We're seeing Dr. Lupo and Scarrow here playing Locust, as well as Blackbird. Now, Blackbird has like this, obviously those goggles that allow them to scan people through walls and get some very important information. Locust, though, seems to have this ability where, I don't know if it's like a speed boost and also some rockets that deploy whenever he's shooting at enemies. He seems to be building up a meter, and then he was able to deploy these rockets, which looked really cool. And then they also have secondary abilities, like Blackbird had like a little deployable robot explosive, and then Locust had that battering ram shield that they were able to move around with and use pretty freely. Also, Locust had these rocket boots as well, which might have been an attachment, or it might have been exclusive to that character. These seem to run on a fuel system, so you'll see when he sprints, you get like a little fuel icon appear on your HUD, and you can sprint around for a little bit. Also do like an Icarus dash movement tech as well, which all looks very, very cool. Now, in terms of Glitch and Void, Void seems to be able to just go invisible, which is very, very good. Seems to be the stereotypical stealth character, and Glitch seems to have a speed boost built in. And then I also saw her like kind of do like a, I don't know what to call it other than like an energy ball that she charges up in her hand and then is able to fire out. This seems to be some kind of way of dealing damage, but also I saw in the trailer that she was able to push enemies off buildings with it. So yeah, these characters do look very, very cool. And also inside of the, I think it's the cinematic trailer, we actually saw 2 other characters. One we've already seen in artwork, but another character we have seen literally nothing about. Yeah, right here we have 2 other characters. We have the guy on the left with like a vibrant green and black outfit. No idea what they do, but they look pretty cool. And then on the right side here, we have a character that was codenamed Thief. We saw her in artwork, and Joe Ziegler also talked about her a little bit in a past video. Yeah, there seems to be at least 2 other characters that we have no idea what they do, but character abilities and upgrades seem to be, some are shared, and then there's one that is like unique to the different characters. Now also they talked about you being able to find upgrades and attachments throughout the games, so you'll find like attachments like scopes, barrels and magazines for your weapons. They even said during the live stream that these can go all the way up to like an exotic rarity, so you can have some very high rated equipment, and that will make your builds even stronger. But then I also believe that they said even if you have nothing, you can get sponsored by the different factions within the game, and they're able to provide you with a base loadout, so that even if you die and lose all your stuff, you're not going in completely empty-handed. Although during this alpha gameplay, you do also see people going in empty-handed and being able to just scavenge loot from their spawn location. And also you do just have a base melee weapon, which I think just comes as standard whenever you load into a match. Alongside this, we also see some PvE enemy combatant gameplay. These enemies are able to do some pretty decent damage, I will say, especially if you get caught by surprise by them. They also seem to have this finisher move where they like suck you off or something. There was some like tentacles going on with one of them, and one of the bigger enemies. Looks very interesting there. Some other things that we were able to spot from the gameplay as well is things like bounties, which seem to be tied to different factions within the game. Here you see find data cards in AI Uplink Dire Marsh. Dire Marsh seems to be one of the maps. I don't know what AI Uplink is, maybe it's a building somewhere. But yeah, these seem to be bounties that allow you to upgrade your certain reputation tracks with these different factions. And then alongside that, we also get a map preview here for Dire Marsh, and has some very interesting points of interest, you could say. Obviously, you have the green, yellow, and blue dots. A1, I believe that's an R2 and a C3. Those show your teammates and yourself. Then you also have crew exfil, guarded exfil, intercept, UESC incursion, and high value target. High value target, guessing, is going to be some sort of AI boss. UNSC incursion, probably some kind of in-game event. An intercept, also probably some kind of different in-game event. Then guarded exfil, probably going to be an exfil site that is guarded by either players or NPCs most likely. And then a crew exfil is probably a much more safer exfil for your particular crew. Alongside that, you also have different parts of the map. You see there AI Uplink, which is marked there. You also have complex, bio research, greenhouse, algae pounds or ponds, field maintenance, and quarantine. And then you also have other smaller parts. I think West Gate, East Gate is also marked on the map there as well. And then you also have anomaly in the middle, and some other question marks on the map, as well as these like blue lines, which I don't know what those could mean. Maybe they're points of interest somewhat. I have no idea. But either way, there's a decent look of the map there. And then you also can see on the screen here, you have a contracts page as well, which will probably be where your bounties or quests are stored from the different factions. But yeah, either way, this game looks very, very cool. Final thoughts, I hope that this game is fun. Obviously, we have the closed alpha that is available for signups right now. Hopefully, I can get access to that. There is an NDA though for it, so I won't be able to show any thing from that alpha. If I do, or if anybody gets access to it, you're not able to share stuff from it. And they did also say during the live stream that there will be other chances to play before the game officially releases. So I'm guessing there's going to be like an open beta as well for the game. And overall, I'm quite excited. This game looks very, very unique, very, very fun. Compared to other extraction shooters that I've seen, it seems very more active and more fast-paced in comparison. Kind of gives me Apex Legends vibes in terms of like how fast it kind of plays. But then you've also got tactical elements as well if you want that. So overall, it just looks like a very good mixed bag of a PvEVP style of game. And I'm very, very interested to learn more. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I'll have in the description, I'll try and get a link to that Discord so you guys can sign up for that closed alpha test if you're interested. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.